In the peaceful valley village of Meadowbrook, life unfolded at a gentle pace, untouched by the rush of the outside world. Nestled between rolling hills and a winding river, Meadowbrook was a place where time seemed to slow down, and every day brought a sense of calm and belonging. The rhythm of the seasons guided the villagers' lives. Spring's blossoms, summer's golden fields, autumn's harvest, and winter's quiet hush. Each season painted the landscape with its own colors and moods, and the people of Meadowbrook moved in harmony with nature's cycles. The villagers, mostly farmers and craftspeople, lived in whitewashed cottages clustered around a green, with a brook winding through their fields. Children played by the water's edge, and neighbors greeted each other with warm smiles as they passed along the narrow lanes. Among them was Tom, a quiet, thoughtful young man with a deep love for his home and nature. He was known for his gentle spirit and the way he listened more than he spoke, always observing the world around him with curious eyes. He tended his family's garden with care, knew every bird and wildflower by name, and found joy in the simple wonders of village life. Tom often spent hours outdoors, watching the clouds drift by, or listening to the songs of the birds at dawn. Yet as he sat by the brook in the evenings, Tom sometimes wondered about the world beyond the hills. The gentle flow of water seemed to carry his thoughts to distant places he had only heard about in stories. The elders' stories of distant lands and adventures sparked a gentle curiosity in him, though he was content in Meadowbrook. Their tales painted pictures of faraway cities, mysterious forests, and people very different from those he knew. Tom's empathy for his neighbors was his quiet strength. He felt their joys and sorrows as his own. He was always ready to lend a hand, whether it was helping with a harvest or simply listening to a friend in need. His world was small, but his capacity for care was immense. To the people of Meadowbrook, Tom was a steady presence, a reminder of kindness and hope in their everyday lives. Little did Tom know his simple life was about to change forever. A single moment would soon set him on a path he never imagined, testing his courage and compassion in ways he could not foresee. This is the story of how an ordinary young man became the hope of his village, and how the quiet heart of Meadowbrook would one day echo far beyond its hills. One spring, a strange silence crept over Meadowbrook. The birds grew quiet, and villagers' voices faded to whispers as a mysterious illness spread. The whispering sickness left people weak, their spirits drifting into a deep, unresponsive sleep. Remedies failed, and the village grew somber and desperate. Tom watched friends and neighbors succumb, feeling the weight of helplessness. The elders searched old legends for hope and spoke of a magical sunstone hidden deep in the forbidden Whispering Woods. As the sickness deepened, the legend became the village's last thread of hope. Tom knew he could not let his home fade into silence. The elders gathered in the heart of the village, their faces lined with worry and hope. After much debate, they declared the sunstone their only hope for saving Meadowbrook from the darkness that threatened to consume it. But the Whispering Woods, where the sunstone was said to be hidden, were perilous and shrouded in legend. No one dared enter. Fear gripped the village, and whispers of old dangers filled the air. Yet, in that moment of uncertainty, Tom, a humble villager moved by love for his home and family, stepped forward with resolve. "I will go," he said, his voice steady but his heart pounding, surprising everyone in the room. The head elder, eyes filled with concern, warned him, "The woods will test you in ways you cannot imagine. Many have tried and failed." Tom nodded, feeling both fear and resolve swirling inside him. He knew the risks, but his determination was stronger than his doubts. That night, under the pale glow of the moon, he quietly packed bread, cheese and water, simple provisions for an uncertain journey. And at dawn, before the village awoke, Tom quietly left for the woods, his footsteps echoing with both fear and hope. Tom was no hero, just a young man who refused to let fear decide his village's fate. He was driven by a sense of duty and love for his people. As he entered the shadowy forest, he carried with him the hopes and dreams of everyone in Meadowbrook, knowing they depended on his courage. The journey ahead was uncertain, filled with unknown dangers and challenges, but Tom's decision was made. There was no turning back. He was no longer a bystander, but the one who would shape his village's destiny. Sometimes, courage is simply refusing to give up, even when the odds seem impossible and the path ahead is dark. Tom's quest for the Sunstone had begun, and with each step, he carried the weight of hope and responsibility. The fate of Meadowbrook rested on his shoulders, and he was determined not to let his people down. The whispering woods were filled with eerie mists and constant, unsettling whispers. Tom pressed on, feeling the weight of loneliness, until a sharp yelp caught his attention. He found a small fox, its leg tangled in thorns, frightened but helpless. Speaking softly, Tom freed the fox, earning its trust. Instead of fleeing, the fox followed him, its fiery coat flickering in the dim light. Tom named it Flicker, grateful for the unexpected company. With Flicker by his side, the woods felt less menacing. The fox's presence gave Tom comfort and courage. Sometimes, help comes when you least expect it. Together, they ventured deeper into the unknown. The journey was no longer his alone. The woods tested Tom's resolve at every turn. Mists made the map useless, and despair crept in. But Flicker guided him, sensing safe paths and hidden dangers. When a wide, rushing river blocked their way, Tom nearly gave up. Flicker led him upstream to a fallen tree, forming a slippery bridge. Tom crossed, heart pounding, and felt a surge of triumph. Each day brought new challenges, tangled groves, steep climbs, but Tom and Flicker grew closer, learning to trust each other. They shared food, watched over one another, and pressed on. Tom was no longer just a villager. He was a traveler, changed by the journey. The bond between Tom and Flicker became their greatest strength. Together, they overcame every obstacle. The Sunstone was close. Hope guided their steps. At last, sunlight broke through the trees, painting the forest floor with golden patterns and chasing away the lingering shadows. As Tom and Flicker reached a hidden clearing, the air felt different, brighter, almost humming with possibility. In its center, a plain grey stone rested on a bed of mossy rock, unremarkable at first glance, yet somehow inviting. Disappointed at first, Tom watched as sunlight struck the stone, making it glow with golden light. The transformation was sudden and breathtaking, as if the stone itself had awakened. He reached out and touched it, feeling warmth and vitality surge through him, a gentle energy that filled his heart with hope. This was the Sunstone, the treasure of legend. Carefully, Tom wrapped it in a soft cloth, hands trembling with excitement and relief, and began the journey home, the woods now seeming to guide him, every step lighter than before, as if the forest itself celebrated his success. Flicker stayed close, his small paws padding quietly beside Tom, and the path felt easier, the journey less daunting with a friend at his side. When Tom emerged from the forest, the villagers rushed to meet him, hope shining in their eyes, their faces alight with anticipation and relief. On the village green, he unwrapped the Sunstone, its glow casting a gentle radiance over everyone gathered. Its light washed over the sick, and one by one they began to stir, their eyes opening to the world once more. Color returned to their cheeks, the whispering sickness retreated. Smiles broke out as strength returned. The healing had begun. Meadowbrook was waking from its long silence, filled with gratitude and the promise of brighter days ahead. Tom carried the Sunstone from house to house, its gentle light reviving the villagers. Joyful reunions and laughter replaced the silence. Meadowbrook was transformed, its people stronger, more united than ever. Tom, once a quiet gardener, was now their hero, though he felt simply part of a grateful community. The Sunstone was placed on the village green, a symbol of hope and resilience. Flicker stayed, becoming a beloved member of the village. Tom's journey became a new legend, teaching children about courage and kindness. Even the quietest person can make a difference. Helping others is the greatest adventure of all. Meadowbrook, once quiet, now shone with the strength of its people. A new dawn had come.